Good evening, my name is Nightlock, and this is going to be the Chung Mu Commentary that's been long anticipated. Looking at the matchmaking, we have the Austria-Gotland Chung Mu in a division, and then we have Z52. Z52 can be a very real Hydro threat, as I don't really have the DPM to necessarily take him down. Austria-Gotland and Chung Mu, they have some very scary DPM and can definitely be a threat if they're together, and since they're in a division, it's very likely that they're going to be together. It's a carrier game, even though they are tier 8 carriers. That doesn't really matter. It's like the spotting aspect of the carriers that's going to restrict me from being more aggressive, because they can spot me and allow for the surface ships to effectively deal with me, or even deal with me myself with the armament they have, depending on which kind of rockets they're running. This is my EU account. I play on both NA and EU. I think for this video, during this when this replay was happening, I was grinding the Yang for Warships Masters Invitational, which was about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. But yeah, regardless, I'm going to start off by heading to the west side of A, as I always like to do on this map. You can get some early spots since there's a stealth radar in the game, Riga. Even though it is very short duration, I don't want to get caught by that stealth radar, especially when there are some very real threats in terms of destroyers to me, and Zhao can also really be scary to destroyers. The C-52 gets spotted in C, so I know that the double DD division is most certainly at A. Most DD divisions, they like to go straight for the cap, so I'm expecting them to be at the cap right now, which is why I'm gonna make a turn here and go around this island, so that if I do run face first into the division, I'm not in a position where I can't turn out, because this island here is going to make it so that I can't turn out, and if I do, I will beach. That's why I went around this island, taking the safe route. It's generally better to take the safer route in the beginning of matches. You don't want to like get killed or lose too much HP too early on, where you're ineffective in the late game and can't carry. So now we know there's Riga. We're gonna stay outside of his. We're not gonna get too far into his radar range. We can see that he's kind of stationary here, yet kind of lucky with these torpedoes. Those are probably aimed at like the Riga or Henry. Maybe they were just predictive torpedoes. Yeah, our CV is doing a spotting when we know like this capping can only be the destroyer, so that means both of them are there until proven otherwise. So that's what I'm going to assume. I like to go to this position on these maps. It allows for some early torping runs on the battleships, as you can see they're pushing through here, and that's generally where the battleships will like to go, and it also avoids confrontation with the destroyers. This is generally where I like to go in my hybrid or torpedo boat destroyers. This Montana is making for a tempting torp salvo, but he looks like he wants to make a full turn out, so I'm gonna actually hold my torpedoes, which is actually a better idea here, because this North Carolina here, he seems like he also wants to make a full turn out, and right here I do get radared by the Riga, but that can be a problem, because this smoke still contains the destroyers. But we can see them looking at me here, but I'm gonna stay behind this island so that I'm not getting shot by the Montana, Riga, and North Carolina, because they are a bigger threat to me than these destroyers. Fortunately, Riga radar is short, so that's not a huge problem for me. Now that the radar is expired, the aspect of my stealth is not there anymore, which is kind of unfortunate, but now that the radar is done, I can be a bit more aggressive. I'm gonna be aggressive pushing in here to get my torps off. It's North Carolina, he's going to make a full turn, so I'm going to anticipate his turn. When a ship's turn, their lead goes up, and then it goes back in, because they're making a turn, so I kind of overlead the white line, especially in case he stops. This should look good. Yeah, you can see the torp lead indicator is getting shorter because he's stopping, or not stopping, but slowing down. You can see I'm getting to as close as possible before I get my torps off. You always want to get as close as possible to your target before you launch, and this is to maximize the amount of hits that you get, and this is looking like it's going to be 3 torps, which is a pretty significant amount of damage. That's 3k off him. I'm going to smoke up the shoot here. Now, I feel okay with being in this position because I have this island here. That's my escape route. If the destroyers rush me through here, I can just go forward, and here I have and then my support will be able to help me. If the destroyers come from here, as they're currently doing, then yeah, my support's still able to reach. And I can continue reversing around this island. I know this Riga already uses radar. It's probably going to be up soon. But yeah, not really a huge problem. This destroyer division has not picked the correct choice. They decided to go all the way around the island, which means I can successfully disengage through my escape route, which is obviously going around this island, and now I'm safe. And yeah, this Ostergotland, or not, this Chung Mu's made a very huge mistake, which is trying to bow in a destroyer fight. Now you can see that we're literally on equal terms when we started this, so you can see how vastly I'm out-trading him because I'm in a kiting position and he's bow into me. He's just making it very easy to lead for me. I'm gonna hold my damage control. You don't use damage control until you're out of the engagement. That's the Riga that just shot me. That's the problem. He's radaring me too, but the Riga radar lasts like 20-25 seconds, so it's not really a huge problem for me. I don't know where this Ostergotland is, so I'm gonna try and get out of there, and just as that happens, the Riga radar goes down. We do get the kill on the North Carolina from earlier, which is very good. Getting a kill that early in the game is very huge. This Ostergotland finds me, but I'm gonna hold my fire because there's no way I'm gonna win against that Ostergotland, Chung Mu, and Riga without any support. So that's why I'm gonna hold my fire and disengage. I'm almost out of concealment range of the Ostergotland, and yeah, I disengage. This guy has to turn around. He doesn't want to walk into my Riga, and we're just gonna be patient. We're gonna wait for the torpedo opportunities to come back again. I could theoretically go for this A-cap, but not really a point. It's just gonna get capped again because they have the superior support on this side, and that doesn't look like we're in a position to change that right now unless this Monty commits to the island. This Riga seems like he wants to get damage. He's probably going to head. Honestly, maybe he might just bow in at this island here. Not too sure what he wants to do. Yeah, I get lucky. These are deep waters. These are Ostergotland torps. I'd be dead here. They're probably at the Riga. I didn't expect the destroyers to be torping a kiting ship from this far out. This Montana, he's not really a torp target. He's kiting out. He's at the edge of my range, so that's why I don't torp him. And this guy, like I anticipated earlier, he looks like he just wants to sit bowing at that island. There's not really anything that can shoot him except for this Riga. I get a shot off because why not? And yeah, we're just gonna be patient. We have the amount of points and the HP, we're even on ships and points, so that means I can afford to be patient. I don't really have to be making the plays right now, really. The situation on the side not looking good at all. The Criffers is kiting away. This guy is probably going to be dead soon. Holland is probably going to have to kite away too soon. So it looks like we're going to be in a bad spot in about a few minutes from now. Luckily this Riga is, he went to move behind the island because the Criffers is coming at him, and that means we're going to get a free kill on him there, and that's huge. We just killed a radar ship. Yeah, there we go. And that opens up so many opportunities for me, and just as I say that, this Chung Mu gets spotted. It's not good at all. I'm not in a kiting position, but luckily whenever I start a destroyer fight, like I mentioned in my video, the clan commentary for destroyer fights, I always go to half speed once I start destroyer fights, and that just threw off his aim and saved me 3k HP in that engagement there. And this means that I now have the upper hand. I can just kite him because I have almost twice his HP. He's gonna smoke, so obviously the only way he can go is south. Now, generally I'd assume that his Ostergotland buddy would be with him because he's in a div, but since we just saw that he got spotted down here, it's safe for me to rush him because I have my smoke too, and I have this Kerfist helping me, and we know that this Ostergotland is not with him. I have like twice this Chung Mu's HP, so I feel safe just rushing him. I'm gonna call for my Riga to radar in a few seconds. This Ostergotland's getting screwed by planes as we predicted over here. This Holland is just cutting away, same with Kerfist, and the Massachusetts died. That means they're going to be able to take C cap, and we're going to be in a losing position very, very soon. Now I'm zooming out so I can get the long range shots on this Chung Mu, and we're going to be able to hopefully kill him here. If he stayed straight in, he'd be much harder to hit, but for some reason he went broadside and just made himself a free kill. I can just full turn back in. If this was a non-deep water torpedo DD, I would not turn here, because when he went broadside, that could have been him launching torps right there. But since this guy has deep waters, I'm not worried. I'm just going to go straight and not have to worry about torpedoes. Now that they have all 3 caps now, and we're down a ship, the HP difference is almost the same. So yeah, I'm gonna have to cap 8. My plan right now is that I'm gonna have to cap 8, kill this Ostergotland hopefully, and then I'm gonna have to make a play for B in order to win this game. Either kill the CV or this Montana, one of these two. I was still deciding the process of this. Ostergotland looks like he's trying to get safe beside this island, which is good. The problem here is now that there's a CV, and since I'm so close to him, he's obviously going to be hunting for me, trying to find me, doing everything he can to kill me before I can kill him. We're on pretty decent ship kill-wise and damage-wise, 92,000, 3 kills in. That's pretty significant for us. Now, this 3 guy looks like he's going to beach. He's not in a good position at all. He's like beaching in front of a Montana. Here comes an Ostergotland torps. Yeah, he's not in a good spot at all. I debate smoking for him. This Montana, he looks like he's just going to keep reversing, so I'm just going to dump torps because I won't need them for the next minute 40 anyways. So I smoke here because of the rocket planes, and also so I can hide my Riga here. Now this is actually a mistake, not turning off my anti-air, and that's going to lead to me losing some HP, which I really shouldn't have, and also because of like this weird bug of getting plane spotted in smoke. I don't know what that's about. This Montana, he's just going to continue reversing. He's like completely, actually no, he's making the smart move, which is to turn, but yeah, he's going to get hit anyways. Now ideally I'd like to kill him, but Montana's super heal is too much. I won't be able to kill him here. Now this Ostergotland here, I know he's right here. He seems to be blind firing me. Now I get lucky he doesn't throw torps straight here, or else I'd have been in a bad spot. We were able to dodge the torps barely. I know that the Ostergotland's right here now, like around here, because that's where the traces are coming from. Montana is probably going for it to avoid getting killed. I'm gonna wait, take the cap, and then see if I can fight this Ostergotland. I feel comfortable just broadsiding in smoke now because this guy's dead. Fire some salvos to make this guy back off, and he blind fires me. Everyone's blind firing me here, which leads me to get reset. Very unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. Riga radars, I get some very nice salvos in on this Ostergotland. Well, as much as you can into salvos. I probably could have been shooting at the Montana here, but my smoke's about to go down at a very inopportune time, right as I'm about to get the cap, and yeah, there's the planes. Feels bad. And yeah, the mistake I made here was not turning off my anti-air, and you can see this Zhao is sniping me from across the map. There's the Ostergotland torps. Luckily I'm able to dodge those. If I hadn't taken that damage to the carrier, I would be in a much better spot to make plays now. We're pretty significantly down in HP wise now. Now I feel comfortable bowing into this fight. Again, I'm slowing down the half speed because I have my smoke ready. I'm just going to completely smoke. I'm not taking any risks with the HP I have. Unfortunately, this guy's able to take a significant amount of HP of me, and This Zhao has impeccable aim. He's able to nail me in smoke, and that means we're gonna. Yeah, that means we just lose this game. Maybe if I had not died, once the Zhao had committed, I'd be able to take A and then take B, and then I'd have the Kurfist kill the Zhao hopefully, and then I'd just sit and wait at over here so that I could be able to prevent the GK from walking into B cap, and then we'd be able to win. It's only 5 minutes left. I'm not going to show the whole game, but what happened was we lost. The GK was the only one surviving, enemy GK. Now, this is going to be the second replay we have here. And this is actually much better for us, since we're top tier. Well, rather not top tier, but it's all tier 9s, better than all tier 10s, or like being bottom tier is what I'm trying to say. So we spawn mid, so that gives us the option of either heading to A or D. So generally in this kind of situation, I try to assess which flank needs more help, and I go from there. Either that, or I look at the terrain and decide based on that if there's like any good positions or any like terrain that I can take advantage of. Now, specific to this this area right here, there's a good ambush spot right here where if I sit and wait through here, wait for the cap to get contested, I can just walk in here and then gunfight any DDs that's in this cap. I beach here because I was probably on Discord while doing this. I'm often on Discord when I'm in game. Yeah, let's speed that up. So yeah, you can see the caps getting contested. I know I have a pretty significant DPM advantage on whatever is here because of the support I have. It's an Ismail, a Rune, and a Riga. This guy has radar, but apart from that, not many significant threats to me. And just as I say that, that's the Fletcher. There we go, dropping to full half speed, sorry. Getting to our cutting position, I'm going to immediately smoke up. I don't want to like get shot by the whole enemy team here. Unfortunately, this Predictor Gross has a very good aim. He was able to get a very meaty salvo on me. That's like 8k gone. That's not good for me at all. But at least we were able to kill the Fletcher for that 8k HP. So I guess that's an okay-ish trade. Ideally, I think I could have been more proactive in, or rather, being more aware and dodge this salvo. Now, I mentioned last game about the threat of torps. This guy was broadside and not shooting for a period of time, so I know these torps are coming. That's why I'm immediately going to leave the smoke in order to avoid being torped. If you see that a destroyer is broadside to you, even if you like just killed him, for the next 30 seconds or so, you should expect torps and try and not be in the area you were. A tactic that I'd like to do is I will be reversing when I'm engaging destroyers, so they'll torp behind me, and then I can just go forward and dodge all of them. But yeah, destroyer fights are mostly just like playing with your speed a lot, and that throws off so many people. I get radared by the Riga here, and the only guy with decent shots on me is like this Sean Bart here. No one else is really looking at me. It's also short range radar. I'm gonna stop to avoid blind fire. That keeps me from being shot by this Sean Bart. Again, speed juking, very very important. Now, from the looks of it, these guys should be able to just brute force their way through A. It's a bow in Alaska and Missouri. That's easy farm for it should be easy farm for our team because these guys can't disengage from here and are. Yeah, if this guy was smart, he'd be able to kill this guy by going through here and then torping, but I don't know what. He's off on an adventure by himself. This flank is not going to hold at all. This guy's going to get farmed out. He's bowing. Iowa's probably just going to kite to a corner. This Iger is just going to die. He can't sustain this fire for long because he's the one who's being focused. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Regardless, that means that these guys are going to be pushing in, and that's an ideal scenario for a destroyer. For any destroyer, really. You really want to be where the enemy ships are kiting in any, or not kiting. You want to be where the enemy ships are pushing in any ship, really. And with that, this guy is at quarter speed, so that makes him very unpredictable for me to torp. I don't know if he's going to reverse, I don't know if he's going to go forward. In hindsight, the more advisable thing to do for me would have been to like maybe fire one rack and then hold the other, just because this guy is that unpredictable in that kind of position. And because I fired both racks, I'm gonna unfortunately miss both of them, and that's not good for me. We don't have the HP and ship kills to be able to afford mistakes like this. Riga raiders me again, but that's not really a problem. I'm just gonna shoot because why the hell not? I intend to smoke up right after this radar ends, just because I'm in a good position to kite here. And you can see that before the radar is ending, I'm already smoking up so that I'm concealed from when this radar goes down. And I'm gonna zoom out so I can get a better view to aim at these guys. There's a double fire already on this Frederick de Gross. Very good RNG here. Yugumo is gonna maybe nail him with some torps. No? Well, this guy's doing a good job of being unpredictable. If you want to be unpredictable as a battleship, just going quarter speed is good, because then you can suddenly just reverse or suddenly just go forward and then you just dodge the torps. It's a very good tactic if you're playing as a BB and want to counter another destroyer. I know this Riga just used radar, so I don't really care about smoking up in front of him. He's not going to have radar for another minute and 30, which is the standard radar cooldown time with base for every radar ship, without any like modifiers like jack of all trades and such. I do get spotted moving out of smoke here because I was shooting. It's not good. I turned out to dodge the Jean Bart salvo, and there we are. And I'm gonna be spotted for another second, but then we go dark. I'm debating whether to torp this Frederick. I don't know if he's gonna bow in at this island and just keep reversing, or what he's gonna do. He's a very smart player in terms of how he's dodging these torpedoes. We do get a fire on him. I decided to take my advice from earlier and fire only one rack, because it's very likely that this guy's just going to get killed by the Yugumo right here anyways. He's probably going to take one torp. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to open fire and try and steal this kill. Yeah, there he is. He's going forward. The secondaries are going to start ripping into me here, but it only should be a few seconds, not too much of a problem. Now, yeah, these guys are way too late on their push. They can't even push because these destroyers are there and they're gonna just collapse the entire push. But same goes for here. We have these guys that are probably gonna screw off to over here, and we have these three that are gonna try and push. And now, when the enemy is pushing, their objective is going to be to cap C. Obviously, they're not gonna be chasing us through here. After this IO dies, they're probably just going to straight line through here, and that's why I'm positioning to kite in the corner here. So I'm going to have their broadsides as they push across. This Frederick de Gross is going to go down. This Iowa is probably going to go down too soon once he becomes the focus of fire, and that means I'm going to have free reign on these guys. Now this Riga radar is up, but I'm not respecting it because 20 seconds radar. I'm confident enough in my dodging abilities that I can dodge very low DPM targets for 20 seconds. Not a huge problem at all for me. We are down massively by ships, so these guys couldn't do anything, so we're just gonna collapse. This game's looking to be lost yet. This game's lost. Generally, once the enemy team's HP is 3 times greater than yours, it becomes almost a guaranteed loss at that point. And so we're going to continue kiting through the corner to try and cut off these battleships. Hopefully this Iowa can kill the Riga, but not looking too likely here. Now this Jean Bart, for some reason, instead of going for the cap, he decides to chase this Iowa, who's like literally in the corner. So we throw a rack out on him in case he keeps straight lining. He might just stop at the island, who knows. Jeonbar players love to stop and reverse for some reason. And yeah, we're about to lose all of the caps, so that means this game is going to be ending in the next few seconds. So to save my damage, I'm going to start opening up here after this torp ends, or these torps hit. Looks like we're going to hit one. There's the flooding, and we're just going to smoke up to shoot once we're assured spotting. Now, I'm very close to these guys, but that's not really a huge problem. If they get too close to me, I have this one rack that I can send at them. I was originally waiting on the DCP, and yeah, there's his DCP. No, that's not his DCP. This guy seems to have unbound his R key. There's the DCP. Okay, I'm trolling. We're gonna start opening up on this Jeonbar. Game is over. Need to get more damage before this this game ends. This is a good example of playing in steamrolls. You can afford to lose. I can afford to lose more HP to get my damage here. This C46, I see that he's going to be rushing me, but yeah, I'm pretty much dead here. Like, the minute I smoked up here, I was dead, because the C46 is going to hydro me. I'm going to die. Well, I'm the only, like, one of two people on this team that's alive anyways, so we're just going to try and maximize the amount of damage we get before we die. Seeing no torp rack out on this Jeonbar. I think he's gonna dodge, unless he's horrible. Well, from these fires alone, from getting the dot here, we were able to farm so much damage off this guy, and that goes to show how scary dot damage is. Yeah, of course, as expected, I'm just gonna die here, so just why not shoot? I launch out my final remaining rack that I had on this Izumo. He looks like he's gonna straight line to get this buffalo. I'm gonna be dead no matter what, so it's whatever. 5 seconds to play, and all torps on this Izumo. That's an Omega Lol moment. Thankfully, we were able to save the average 130k 4 kills. That's very, very, very nice. This is a tier 10 game. This is gonna be much more difficult for me because these two can be significant threats. Summers and Friesland both outgun me pretty significantly, and there's also a presence of the 12 kilometer radar in the form of the Donskoy. So this game is going to be much more challenging. Now, as always, I'm going to take the wide approach to the caps. I always love to take the wide approach. I'm not going to go for the caps straight away because there's too many threats for me to do that, and I really just don't want to. I just want to avoid direct concentration in the early stages of the game, preserving my HP, so that I can make more plays later on in the game. So we're gonna head off to C. We have a pretty significant force supporting us. The other flank seems to have the Smallland, Cleveland, Bismarck, Massachusetts, and Thunder going to A. I have no idea where this Azuma thinks he's going. Probably going to help us. So my plan right now, I'm going to go through here, and then I'm going to set on this island chain, and that's going to allow me to be in the cap and get torp angles on the cruisers and battleships that love to rush this island here, and it would also allow me to break line of sight if I do get engaged via this tiny little island right here. It's very small, but it's enough to break line of sight. To break line of sight, you only need to have your I think it was your bridge hidden. You can keep everything else outside of the island, and you'll be unspotted. Just has to be your bridge and your midsection. I think that's where the viewpoints are. You can learn more about that if you watch the How It Works video from Wargaming. So we're gonna step onto the cap. I have a habit of using my speed boost from the start of the game, so I can get into advantageous positions faster than the enemy destroyers can. I do have this spotting advantage on these guys. Friesland concealment is terrible, so I will always get the drop on him. And Summers, I think, outspots me, or no, I outspot Summers by 0.1. Now the thing with this Summers, or not the Summers, but I think there was a division on the enemy. I don't know what that blind fire was. That was kind of close. I guess it was just a guess shot, but there's a division on the enemy team consisting of a Baltimore and a smoke ship, and that means that they're going to be making some plays over there. No, the Baltimore has stealth radar. It is a 0.1 kilometer difference, or yeah, 0.1 kilometers, but stealth radar is stealth radar. I still have to respect it. So you can see I have my escape route ready. I'm contested. That's probably the Sommers based on that smoke. I have a pretty good contingent of ships supporting me here, so even if I do get into an engagement, I'm not too worried. I'm going to start reversing here, because if I reverse, then I have the drop on everything. There's the Sommers, I've confirmed now. So, yeah. I can just like keep reversing, force him off, because I outspot him. He doesn't want to get shot by my team. So he's just gonna, he's like just forced to disengage. He can't do anything to me. Because I can just outspot him. Even if it is like that small of a difference, it's enough for me to exploit. Now, we know that the Baltimore is here. That's one stealth radar, and we also know the Donskoy is here. So that's two radars here. It's luckily not a CB game, so I can be more aggressive. Maybe this Montana, if he keeps pushing as he is, I'm gonna be able to get some torps on him. This Hindenburg is foolish. He's like trying to turn out in front of half the enemy team. Very, very bad decision on his part. Once I get the C cap, my plan is to go up here. This battleship is unscreened apart from the Sommers. I can get to like 6 kilometers of him, and potentially get a death strike off of him. You always want to be as close as possible, as I said before, launching your torps in hybrids or torpedo boats. These guys, since we have a good contingent here, they just seem to be leaving here. Nothing was spotted here. I think it's a lemming train here. So yeah, I do launch my torps. There's the Sommers. I'm gonna engage him because I have the superior support. No real threats that are in firing range of me. I don't know what he's doing. He's just not firing his guns. So that means I'm able to outtrade him significantly. You can see I'm reversing here and able to dodge, so that I can dodge torps. There we go. So now that he's used smoke to disengage this guy, so that means that this guy, he doesn't know how to play. He could have simply just gone forward, and since he wasn't shooting, it would have been undetected. But he like wasted his smoke for no reason. So we've discerned that this guy, he doesn't know how to play. Now this is something that I should have expected. Torpedoes. If someone's not shooting, then they're probably torping. But and I probably did deserve to die here, but luckily I get the dodge. This is a mistake on my part, though. Either way, I should have expected these torps. But thankfully and luckily, we do get the dodge, and we get 3 hits on this guy, and there he floods out. Now, since this Sommer support is so far back, I can like literally charge right at him and just kill him, because I have the HP advantage on him now. I have like twice his HP, and that means I can just be aggressive. The radar threats are not too close to me. Well, actually, the Baltimore is, yeah, there's the smoke train of the Baltimore and the Friesland moving down through here. Friesland's also a threat, so I need to be careful. If he like comes this way, that's a problem. Yeah. Yeah. We swapped the Sommers again. Not too much damage. It's like 180. But yeah, every bit counts. So since the Sommers not here and something's capping, that has to be the Baltimore and Friesland division. We also have the smoke. There's no Royal Navy cruisers or any smoke cruisers in this game, so we know that's a Friesland. You can also tell from the rate of fire coming out of that smoke. Our team is like just running through B now. I do get radared. I think that's the Baltimore. Yeah, that's the Baltimore that's in smoke. I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, literally. So, but luckily nobody's shooting me, so I'm just gonna stay in here, try and outrange the radar. They're mid of the cap, so if I just keep running, I'll eventually get out of the radar range. 3 people looking at me. That's the Baltimore that just shot me. And the Sommers too. Sommers is chiming in, but he doesn't aim too well here. Alright, sorry about that. So now we're just gonna be aggressive on the Summers. The threat that we have right now here is that the freeze line rushes us, but since we see that this enormous DPM is coming out of the smoke, I can tell that he's in the smoke, and I'm safe to rush the Summers here. But I also want to get the broadsides of these ships, and to do that, I'm gonna have to fight the Summers to get control of this area. And this area is very valuable because it's gonna mean, like I said, it's gonna mean the broadside on this ship, which is gonna be very good for my torpedoes. There's the Baltimore. He's perma-spotted by me. I'm not gonna torp him because he's too unpredictable of a target for me to torp right now. This Soyuz is just bound reverse. Now I'm gonna ask my team to focus him. Hopefully he's gonna die here. We have some battleships who overmatch him. He should be dead here. Now some good double torps going not only on the Soyuz, but on the Bismarck too. So hopefully one of them is gonna eat it, surely. Thing with the Soyuz is he is probably gonna start moving forward sometime soon. Because there's like almost nothing here in his range, so he's gonna have to move forward sooner or later to get damage on something, which means our torps might miss, might not. We'll see. He's continuing to reverse. This Bismarck is getting kind of close. If he keeps turning or makes the turn out here, I could be in some trouble. Bismarck does have hydro too. Yeah, you can see this guy is going forward as anticipated. Yeah, our torps missed. This Bismarck's gonna. Thankfully he keeps turning out. Or sorry, he turns back in, which means we don't get detected doing this. But now I have this guy's broadside, which means that I'll be able to get a very good torp salvo on him whenever my torps reload. Does this guy have SE? 7200. I'm not entirely sure. Probably not, because it's in it's a round number, so it's probably not. Regardless, he's turning to kite. Not sure why. Sorry about that. This guy's turning to kite, which can mean one thing. Or two things. He's either going to do like a full circle for whatever reason, because he wants to get back in the action, or he's just going to keep running away for I have no idea why. I don't know what this guy's thinking. Yeah, this is apparently a Hurricane clan. It's being toxic. Now, luckily, this Odin detonates the Friesland, which was a very significant threat to me, not only because he has the very long-range hydro, but also because he has very good DPM, which could have easily been a threat to me. This Bismarck, I anticipate that he's going to turn a bit forward to shoot, because he's probably angling his guns to this side, get shots on these guys, so he's going to have to like kind of do the turn in, out to get guns on target maneuver. But it's going to look kind of like a zigzag, so that's why I lead my torps significantly less, so that because whenever you have a zigzagging target like this, you want to lead it less, so that when he turns back in, you're going to get the death strike, just as we are on this guy right here. There's the 3 torps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4. Nice. That means there we are. Devastating strike. And that's the advantage of having a broadside of an unscreened target. Just gonna fast forward here because I'm in a position to do nothing. I'm way out of position right now, so I have to get back into the game. These guys, they've managed to cap A, and they're going to start pushing south. We have kind of like a battle line drawn out, where we're going to have the enemy team fighting. So, yeah. And we spot the Sommer. Just God knows where he was for the time between where he was last spotted. He's, again, not shooting for whatever reason. Probably getting his torps off. Yeah, now that he started shooting and dropped to half speed, that means he's going to miss his salvo. I have very accurate salvo on his ship. I'm gonna keep reversing, and that's gonna throw off his salvos and then go full forward. You can see how much this dodging pattern threw off his salvos, and that's gonna be killing the Summers. I'm expecting torps, so I'm gonna go full speed and start kiting. I am luckily not in gun bloom range of anyone else, so I'm gonna go undetected now. I'm expecting torps from the Summers because he hesitated to shoot. So I'm going to stay in an angled position. But yeah, this Massachusetts, he wants to come fight this Cleveland, most likely. So he's going to have to travel through one of these two gaps. So I'm going to get closer to him, and then I'm going to do the torpedo ambush thing similar to what I did with this Bismarck. And unless he like does a full turn or he just stops, that's going to be another set of good torpedo hits for me. So you can see I'm getting as close as possible, around 6 kilometers before I launch my torps. Now I expect that he's going to go through this side, and I launch my torps accordingly. Now that I've launched my torps, I'm going to turn out. I'm not going to start shooting here because well, he can't, he doesn't, he shouldn't know about me. If he sees that I'm here, then the stealth advantage is gone in my position. Unfortunately, he dodges my torps because he turns in to fight the Cleveland, which means he's not only giving broads to the Georgia, but he also he dodged my torps, which is very unfortunate for me. That's okay. I have 5 smokes left. I'm just going to smoke up and shoot him. He's going to be permalit, and since this is at this close range, he's going to eat a lot of damage from me before he's able to get to where he's going. Immediately I set a fire, and you can see these spicy salvos coming in. It's like 2k every 3 seconds, because it's very, very easy to hit the superstructure from these ranges. My torps are going to be back up in around 45 seconds. You can see this guy's being absolutely torn apart by the Georgia. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to continue to farm this Georgia, this Donskoy. I'm keeping an eye on the map for him, because what he wants to do, they already have the ACAP, so it doesn't make sense for him to go this way. So what he's most likely to do once he gets unbeached, he's going to head for me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking when he's doing this. Oh well, better for me, I guess. But if he had went this way, like what would have been the smart choice for him, that could have put me in a lot of trouble. Because I don't really have, I'm in open water. I don't really have much of an escape route. That was a misplay on my part now, considering this guy's position when I smoked up here. But luckily he doesn't make the smart move, and he's going to waste a bunch of time getting back into position to shoot anything now. But in the meantime, we've managed to farm like 70k off this guy using the full duration of our smoke. Now he's either going to die either to me or to this Georgia here. Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, he gets the ram off, which is unfortunate for our team. We don't have. This is going to be a close game. We don't have the ability to. We don't have the. We don't have the shifts to spare to waste like that. But since this is going to be so close, I'm forced into the cap here. Now my plan right here is that I'm gonna cap this guy. He's gonna try and come around here because he wants to get into range back into the cap to fight this Cleveland and kill me. That's what he wants to do. So I'm gonna launch torps right here, closer to the edge here, because he's gonna have to turn in. And I'm gonna get next to this island. This island's gonna be my escape route. And if he does show up right here and radars me, he's not gonna get any significant damage on me because I can just press W and I'm gonna be safe behind this island. So my plan right now, keeping in mind that this fight could easily go south, and Hindenburg and Arun are easily gonna outtrade in Azuma. So my plan right now is I'm gonna wait for this Donskoy. I'm gonna kill him, and then I'm gonna go cap A, and that's hopefully gonna put our team in a points advantage. But hopefully I won't need it if the small end, if he's smart, he's gonna start shooting, and he's gonna kill the Hindenburg. So now that means that the game is won for us, which is very, very nice. This guy does manage to dodge our torps, but yeah, I'm just gonna open up on him. I have like the same amount of HP as him, but much better DPM. So I'm just gonna open fire. I kind of panic here, and I overestimate his gun power ability. So I play a bit more passive here, just in case it turns into what do I call it, a closer game. But really wasn't necessary. I could have just like stayed in the open and gunboated him because I have almost twice his HP at that point. But regardless, we do get the kill. I do the only thing I can do, which is head to A. But it shouldn't matter. We've already won on points, which is nice. So that was my Chung Mu commentary. I hope you guys found that helpful and learned a few things. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.